Meow mix. So, well, I know it's early to say this, but you haven't thrown anything at me yet. I'm going to tell you a little story. It's kind of personal, but...
Like personal stories.
Okay, good. Then listen. A few months ago, I woke to this, let's call it an unusual smell. And I'm looking all around the bedroom trying to find the origin of this unusual smell. Finally, I realized that smell's coming from my $23,000 hoo-hoo.
Oh, Jesus.
I am pissed. $23,000 hoo-hoos are not supposed to smell like that. $8 hoo-hoos, maybe. My girlfriend says, not to worry, baby, it's treatable. Go see your doctor. I was like, oh shit, yeah, we going to see my doctor. I get in to see her the next day. She says, Morgan, how do you know something's wrong? I was like, my brand new hoo-hoo, it smells. I think it's broke. She leans into me all sincere and shit like it's old home week. And she says, you know, they smell a little bit. I was like, baby, that may be, but if this one does, it better do it like a new fucking car. I got way too much money wrapped up in this one.
Yes.
Then she asked me if it smelled like fish. I was like, ew, no. Then she asked me if it smelled like bread. The only thing I could think of is, where does this woman buy her sandwiches? So my mother is always asking me. I've been out for about, I don't know, 6 years, and I'm like 4 years post-op. And my mother always wants to know if I'm sure. I'm like, Mother, that shit's not waiting for me in a pickle jar to regain my senses. That boat fucking sailed, Mom. I spoke to her the other day and she said, you really like it in San Francisco, don't you, Morgan? I was like, oh yeah, Mother. I love it here. She's like, yeah, all your people are there. I'm like, wow, my mother thinks I'm Asian. They didn't do that kind of operation. So, one of the things that really annoys the shit out of me is when people get the pronoun wrong. Like when my gynecologist calls me sir. It prompts such buyer's remorse. So the remedy that I found is I don't go anywhere without an 8x10 color glossy photograph of my brand new vagina. And I only use the term brand new because in that wonderful photo, it still has a fucking price tag on it. That worked so well. I was like, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. I have that same wonderful photograph imported to a gag California driver's license. No big deal. Till I put it in the same fold in my wallet as my regular license. Again, no big deal until 2 weeks ago when I got stopped for speeding. The nice young officer asked to see my license, and I pulled what I thought was my license out, and I handed it to him. He's looking at the license. And he's looking in the car at me. I was like, oh yeah, officer, my hair was different then. I was growing out my bangs. So, my favorite street in the city is Valencia. It's so young and hip. I'm probably a little over the age requirement, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm going anywhere. And I was sitting in my favorite little avant-garde restaurant the other morning, eating my breakfast, minding my own business. My sweet little waitress came up to my table with a sweet voice and a straight face. She said, I believe you're missing a sausage. It's like, bitch, I don't even know you. So, trans people, me as a trans woman, I'm really enthralled with affirmation. Anywhere I get affirmation, I get affirmation. Oh, I should tell you this first. Oh, and I was going to tell you about Sammy. Oh shit, I got so much I was going to tell you about. I live in Bernal Heights. It's a lesbian enclave. If anybody's looking to really jump ship, head for Bernal. It's right at the foot of Dyke Hill. Okay. Right down like 2 houses away from us are these banging hot lesbians. They are just so nice to look at. And they adopted this young boy. And this boy is like, he's before the age when society fills your head with all the shit you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to think and all this. They call him precocious. If Sammy has something to say, he just fucking blurts it right out. I love him. I love him. And the people, the couple next to them, they just had a baby. And here's the sad part of this story. Their baby was born with no ears. Yeah, I know, that's bad, isn't it? That's all right, I'm gonna bring it back for you.
But 8 years.
Shh. Don't help me. Please, don't help me. I'm an old trans woman that's up way past her fucking bedtime, okay? Way past her bedtime. So, they had this baby. Their baby was born with no ears. They bring the baby home and they want to introduce the baby to the neighborhood, right? Sammy's mom's knowing who he is. They were like, look, we're going next door to see this new baby. This new baby has no ears. If you even mention the word fucking ears, you are going to get the beating of your life, child. Sammy lets his mom's, that's a lesbian thing, by the way, moms.
Yeah.
You alright? We all on the same page? I won't frighten you or anything. Sammy lets his moms know, I got it. Let's go see this new baby. I'm going to do you good. Right? So they go to the house where the baby's at. And the whole neighborhood is there, and everybody's leaning in the crib, and they're all oohing and ahhing at this new baby, and it's finally Sammy's turn. And he gets up to the crib, and he says to the mama, he goes, oh, your baby is so beautiful. He has such cute little fingers, wonderful little toes. Look at his eyes are so beautiful. Sammy asks the mother, can he see? The mother says, oh yeah, we're so happy. The doctor says he has 20/20 vision. Little Sammy says, good thing, because he'd be fucked if he needed glasses. That's inappropriate, Sam. Oh, you stop that. Oh, stop it. Oh, I love doing that in the real socially conscious places that I go to.
Like this.
I love it. Because they laugh and they don't want to, and then I get to yell at them because it's fucking inappropriate. I'm from New Jersey, in case you didn't get that. In a place so rural, fuck you is a greeting, and teeth are optional.
Yeah.
And when I first started doing stand-up, this man had been doing it for like 20 years, stepped to me and he said, Morgan, if you're going to do the stand-up, you're probably going to need a gimmick. I came up with Berkey tits and a man voice. That's not what he was talking about. All right, the last thing I want to tell you about is affirmation for the trans woman, right? I just never know where it's going to show up next, right? Oh, I should tell you this too. I remembered something else. Damn, hell getting old. I get all the boy jobs at our house, some crap about I used to be one. And I recently repainted the front of our house, right? And the last day I'm painting, I'm up on the ladder painting my little heart out. And this woman pulls up in front of the house and she starts setting bags of laundry out on the curb. Our house is about 1.5 blocks away from the laundromat. I got this big mouth and good heart. I call down to her baby. Are you going to the laundromat? She answers yes. I ask, would you like to use our wagon? She starts scrutinizing the shit out of me. She is like looking me up and down and up and down. Finally she asks, are you transgendered? I was like, well yeah, but that's a real fucking wagon. You want to use it? It's not going to turn into a tricycle in a block or two. Thank you. We all thank you. All right, the very last, I'm not going to remember anything else. We're off, that boat sailed. The last thing I want to tell you about is affirmation for the trans woman. I just never know where it's going to come from next, right? Take this evening, I'm driving here, and I already told you I'm from New Jersey, so I don't really drive all that. I don't really drive all that appropriately for San Francisco. And I may or may not have cut this young man off. He rolled the window down and screamed out the window, "You stupid bitch!" And I was like, oh, he gets it. Thank you, my name's Meow.